Hey, this is Shannon, and you're listening to The Youngblood Life.
What's going on, everybody?
Hello, hello, hello.
Season 3.
3. Uno, dos, tres. Un, deux, trois.
What? Give me another.
Each Nissan.
Keep on going.
Hana Dulcet.
You don't know anymore.
Uno, dos, tres.
You already did that one. Anyway, so season 3, we're back. We're at this again. We're posting stuff. We're putting it on the podcast. We've got it on the blog.
Pinterest.
All that
everywhere.
Wonderful stuff. It's literally going up everywhere. It's a good thing. It's definitely making life that much better and easier, and actually making money doing this, which is kind of nice.
Which is good.
So this coming season, we have actually lots of things to talk about. We got a list of things. I think like one of them that I'm kind of excited about, probably with the next couple podcasts, is going to be how to make $7,500 in 30 days or less.
Ta-da! Ching, ching!
True story. That actually happened.
Yep, it did.
So, and we call it on our side hustle. So yeah, there we go. But anyway, today's podcast is actually all about Shannon. And we're not hustling though right now.
Go ahead.
This one's all about Shannon.
Me.
Shannon is like literally trying to take on way too much.
Everything.
And she doesn't believe me. She's like, "Oh, I can handle it all."
But I've handled it so far.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Mm-hmm.
Nothing's fallen by the wayside. Nothing's been neglected. Shake your head at me. So go for it. Tell me what's up.
On top of everything in the world going on, which is crazy because this year's school has kind of like...
Well, school season this year anyway, it's just been weird anyway.
Yeah, it's made things more complicated to get things done because 2 of my kids can go to school during the day and come home during the day because they have blended learning. So they may have their first class at school and then come home and do their next class at home, and then my senior's done for the day. But the next day he may go to do like an online class in the morning and then go to school and do blended learning at school and then do a class at school and then come home and go to work. And then he has on top of that work, rugby practice. And some days he has rides to rugby practice, and some days, majority of the days, he has a ride. Like, I've had to take him once so far.
We're down one kid.
Yeah, and then...
So, meaning that our oldest daughter
is at college.
Is off to college. So that's supposed to help us out, make life a little bit easier. It's supposed to make your schedule a little bit easier.
But the schooling has messed it up. Then I have Logan. He's in school all day, then comes home, and then between... roughly whatever the schedule is, which it's almost over because playoffs are like, I think, on Halloween. But he has football on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, anywhere between 5 to 7 or 6 to 8. Just all depends on when the coaches have off. And then Elizabeth started back at work, so she has a weird work schedule, but she only works 3 hours a day. I have my chiropractor appointments, my coming up probably physical therapy appointments.
Well, if you guys don't know and you haven't read, Shannon was hit by a car while riding an electric scooter.
Yes.
But yeah.
Anyway, that's a different story. So I've been going to the chiropractor and everything else. And then on top of that, one of our rugby moms who has been handling being the rugby mom for the past, like, I think 6 or 7 years. Her son graduated, so her next son to become a high school rugby player is 4 years away from that. So I got a phone call one day and they're like, "You're on the committee for rugby. You know how to handle things. You've been there. You know what the schedules are like. I need you to step up and take Melissa's part." So I was like, "Hey, okay, sure. I can do that because I love rugby and I like being involved in my kids' sport." So I have offered to take on rugby and become the team mom, which means not so much during the fall, but mostly during the spring. I have to get the concessions going and everything. But during the fall, I just have to assign people to make sure that they have what our boys need. So during the fall, games are on Saturdays. They used to be all Saturdays, but they're not anymore. And our boys for rugby, we make sure that they have chocolate milk, bananas, oranges, tents, make sure that they are bringing their own lunches because we're not going to provide that for them. But I have to assign parents to bring that, and that's the hard part.
So I mean, essentially, the blog post is actually called "I'm taking on a lot," and it's okay.
And that's okay.
It's not.
It is.
Because you have to do all of that.
But football season's ending soon. Jacob has rides to rugby. Come January, actually I think in November, school is back to normal, so there's no more blended learning.
So they say. I don't believe
and
it though.
there's no more blended learning, so I'm crossing my fingers on that. And that will make things a whole lot easier.
On top of that, Shannon's got to handle a lot of social media stuff when it comes to what we're doing and help promote and grow what we do, and so we can actually help all of you guys out there, whether it's with the just sanity things or budgeting things or where do we go to have a quick easy vacation, how to save an extra $1 or $2. So between her and I,
do this.
well, and then because I'm not much of a help to you.
That's okay.
Because I work literally all the time.
Yeah.
I did change my schedule.
But you're on Mondays.
I did change my schedule so I can be here. So I'm working just 4 days a week, which is a little bit better.
Yep. So you're here on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays.
Well, except that when possibly I may have to go out of town every other week.
Right. Which is fine.
For a week. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely that's definitely going to be.
And starting today, the kids don't know it yet though, but they are going to have daily chores, not rotating daily chores. But if one kid is in charge of the dishes, that kid's assigned to the dishes all day. If we say vacuum the living room and they already did it that morning, but we ask them to do it that evening, that's their chore.
Well,
and dishes aren't going to include clean the whole kitchen because there'll be 2 people in the kitchen.
No, I mean usually unloading dishes, just unloading the dishes.
Right.
So now my question is, I mean, in this blog post, I'm looking. You actually wrote it already. Mm-hmm. It's been in the save in the coffers for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you talk about your age.
Yep.
You're actually going to be a little bit older than this here in another month.
It's fine. It's all good. I'm going to be 41. Who cares?
You are. You're a beautiful 41, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, that's not me buttering you up for by any means, unless that helps to butter you up. And,
nope.
Okay, never mind.
It doesn't. Unless you're taking me to lunch today, there's no buttering up. But I have a nice bowl of ramen waiting for me downstairs.
I can totally take you to lunch. Let's go to lunch.
That's okay.
You want to go to lunch?
No.
Where do you want to go?
It's all right.
Lunch is good.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's good. That's lunch. Lunch it is. So you said I could butter you up by taking you to lunch. Now you're not going to let me take you to lunch?
Well, no, because we have food here. I mean, I'd like to go to Costco. I need to go to Costco.
But then I can take you to lunch in the process.
Or you can give me a swig.
Will that butter you up?
Yes. A swig will butter me up.
So there'll be action later.
Oh my gosh.
Just a question.
Maybe.
Maybe. What? No. They're rooting for me on here. All the people listening to the podcast are like, give it to him, give it to him.
Continue with the vlog.
What? It's true.
Anyway, I'm going to be 41.
Then get lots of action. No. You're blushing. Why are you blushing? That doesn't make sense. But I mean, so talk about how crazy your life is. Your mom, you got all this other stuff. Now you're taking over the rugby thing, and you're like, yes, I can do this.
Yes, I can.
The one thing I read in here, it says, my poor husband has really been trying to get me to focus on social media and explain to me 100 times over what I need to do. How to link accounts, how to merge it into one.
But that's why you have that big board that you're making downstairs.
So, yeah. And so part of what we're doing and part of what I've done is I've actually taken this black piece of plexiglass.
It's massive.
It's not huge. It's not, I mean, it's
big. I mean,
it's what she said. But didn't she sorry. But I mean, so what it is, I got to show Shannon how we break it down, because what we're trying to do is be more focused on what needs to be done, and each post needs to be more posting with a purpose versus just posting.
Right. And
that's the hard part. And that's something that anybody and everybody can do and everybody should do. And like each blog will actually have the podcast to go with it. So they'll be complementary, and then we'll also have posts on social media, which will be complementary to the same podcast and the blog and everything together. So, and then we don't do too many vlogs anymore. I mean, we still do some.
We do some.
And we're probably a once a month. I mean, it'll be a 12 month a year vlog with some probably some highlights on Instagram, mainly with the going live and things like that on Instagram. But it's the podcast is where we are. The podcast is the easiest thing, and then we'll show people our lives. I mean, they can read about our lives, and that's part of it. But as far as keeping it all organized, though, is because we have all these platforms we post on, and the reality is I do majority of that work.
Because you know how to edit and everything.
Well, I do all the editing.
And you post on the platforms it needs to be on. I can do the blogs and the Instagram, and we'll figure out the other stuff. But I can do it.
Well, I mean, not that I don't doubt that you can do it, but one thing that
and let me tell you, you guys have to go to the blog and check out the recipes on there.
We got some good recipes on there.
Yes, we do.
So, well, my concern, my biggest concern is this: you're one of the most organized people I've ever met in my life.
Yep.
I'm
a chaotic chaos.
Shannon's one of these women,
mess.
one of these people. I won't say women, but she's one of these people. I mean, I guess I could say woman, but whatever. She's one of these people that she's old school when it comes to having a planner.
I have to have my calendar on the wall that I write on. That's a dry erase board calendar.
And you have your planner that you haven't used for months.
That I don't use, which I admit.
She begged me.
Yeah, I did great.
She's like, I really need something to help me organize my life. I really want this planner. It'd be really nice. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can.
So I got a really nice
The
planner.
90s called, they want their planners back.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
I mean, no offense. It's a cool planner,
Yeah.
but you didn't really use it.
It's okay. It's okay.
On top of this, you're trying to go back to the gym, which another post about.
I was told I can't go back to the gym for a while.
You're not listening to me. Yeah, you're trying to go back to the gym.
I'm trying.
The only reason you can't go back is because of the accident.
The accident.
So you got to wait.
Yes.
I get it. So hopefully that gym pass is actually put on hold.
Yep.
Yeah, sure hope it is.
It is.
Because that's costing us money every month. So, and Shannon also, well, I'm not bagging on Shannon, but she's like, I want to go to the gym, but I don't want to go to the one that's across the street because it's lame, doesn't have anything. I want
You have to wear a mask.
I want to go. Well, this is before the mask. Before the mask, still.
So I got a membership with Vasa.
She's like, I want to go with my friend, go to there because she's really good. I'm like, that's fine. She's amazing.
She's a professional bodybuilder.
I mean, she seriously is amazing.
Great. Kudos to Rachel. I adore her.
She's looking for some sponsors. So if anybody wants to sponsor Rachel, go ahead and check it out.
She's
pretty
fantastic.
Cool. But it's a time thing.
Yep.
And I'm like, you need to do it early in the morning. And she's like, I don't want to do it early in the morning. I'm like, well, you don't have time in the afternoon. She goes, I'll make time. Went, yeah, making time is not existent. And in this blog post, you're talking about how you need at least 15 hours a day, and there's no time for yourself.
Yep.
So you need time for yourself. And I've been saying you need time for yourself.
Yep.
So how do you make that time?
Actually, when I go and do my orders, even though I'm working doing orders, I actually will stop at Starbucks, and I won't take an order for 30, 40 minutes, and I'll just sit in my car, enjoy my Starbucks or my Swig or my Fizz, whatever drink I got, and I will just sit there. Sometimes I write a blog post. Sometimes I just sit there. I don't know, it all depends.
Well, and part of this is, within all this is you actually set some goals. Mm-hmm. And one of these things is you want to stop renting. Yep. And you want to buy a house. Yep. Because you do. We've had some opportunities. One is we can actually sign our lease for one more year, there's two plans here. One of them is if we at the end of this lease we either move into a bus, which is on the table still. And you should look at the face. If you could see Shannon's face right now, the bus will be.
I'm going to route
granted this one. Wait, hold on. Granted. With the bus, it will be very nice. It's not going to be like your everyday common bus. It will be actually a nice living quarters. Right. Two, we make enough money to
stash away money.
We stash away enough money to buy a piece of property.
And we thought.
And we build a container home.
No, we talked about.
No, that's plan two.
And then
the third plan is if we can get everything put together right, we need at least 15,000 down. Yep. And then we can possibly buy a house. Yep. Those are the top three goals.
And we need y'all's help. to
all they gotta
like
do,
our
all
social
they,
media,
all they gotta do
share
is follow,
it with your
share.
friends, spread the word.
No,
Hey,
Shannon's begging now.
check out this podcast. Look at her delicious recipes. Root for us because you know what?
Well, on top of that,
we have helped so many people who have passed us up and everything, and then they take Devin's ideas and run with them, and then say that they're ideas, and then go teach about it, and then make money off of it, and leave Devin screwed behind the shadows. So you know what? It's our time to shine. We deserve this. Seriously, if anybody deserves it more than anybody, it's my husband, because he always gives free advice and nobody gives him anything. So hey, kudos to my husband, and screw everybody else, but help us out.
That's not how it works.
I'm not saying screw everybody who's listening to us. I'm talking about the people who screwed us over.
Well, whatever. The karma's a
bitch.
So the thing is, you got a cookbook you want to be putting out. So you are accumulating all your recipes. Some of them on here, and there actually is one that's going to become. Once Jenna's finally going to actually release this. She released it once before, but she kind of didn't put everything in it
because I didn't want anybody to know.
But she's finally
seriously, y'all. I'm the only white girl who can make some killer salsa.
And there's two ways to do this salsa.
Let me tell you.
That post will be coming out, and it's called The Best Damn Salsa in the World, which literally is the best damn salsa in the world.
I'm going to tell you this. I had a friend whose husband...
Say this for later.
Hold on. Whose husband served in Mexico, okay, for a church. And he was really reluctant to try the salsa because what better salsa can you get than, like, in a Spanish country that... their abuelita made, Okay.
Well, I mean,
I passed that up.
You've got multiple people of Latina descent that have said your salsa is better than their grandmothers and their whatever.
Yeah, because you know what? It is.
You're just a white girl that figured out the
It's going to be
mystery.
Called Flaca Salsa.
We're not going to sell the salsa. Anyway, well, that's to come. We just want to tell you guys thank you for listening. For those that have been waiting on the sidelines, I know there's been a couple of people that I know that actually have tracked me down.
When's your podcast coming back?
When's the podcast coming back? So, one thing we need to do, and we really need your help. So, and then when I say we need your help pushing and getting more people to talk about it and to see it. So, if you listen to the podcast and you love us, share it.
Share it everywhere.
Go to our blog.
Even if you don't like it, share and be like, listen to these two goons.
Yeah, they're a bunch of idiots.
They're a bunch of idiots and pathetic.
No, but I mean...
Just kidding.
But then share our blog posts. I mean, everybody's got social media. Share it on the blog. Share it on there. It just help us out because that's the biggest key part there.
And we're going to have a contest coming up and we're going to be giving away something. I'm not telling you what we're giving away yet, but it's involving sharing our stuff.
Well, they have to share it to be entered.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you share our content, I mean, the reality is that helps us tremendously. That helps get our message out there further, and it helps us to get more noticed. I mean, we're getting noticed pretty well, but not to the point where it can be a full-time job. This would be the full-time job. This is where we need to be, and it's getting there, but it's not there quite yet. Anyway.
So help us make it happen.
Shannon, I think you can do this.
Oh, I know I can do it. I don't think. I know I can do
very
this.
Much. I admire your confidence here.
Thank you.
But
I do too.
I think it's going to take a lot of work and something that, and I think it's going to take a lot of time. But I think it's something that can be done.
Well, it's not going to be something I'm going to do in 2 days.
No, well, I mean, it's not something that just boom, it's done. It's going to be something that you're going to have to continue to work on. And I applaud you because you're one of the strongest women I've ever met. That's one reason I married you.
Why, thanks.
You're welcome. I kind of like you.
Silence is golden.
Anyway, you guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to do us a favor and help and share this content with anybody and everybody. We appreciate it.
We'll talk to you later.
We'll see you guys. Bye.